Craig, commiserations, just your general thoughts on that game first, please.
I thought we started the game poorly. You know, I think we had one the first set of the game with ball in hand, and then I think we did 7, 8, 9 sets defensively on the bounce, and I thought we defended pretty well for the majority of that. But if you give a team that much possession, the dam's eventually going to break, and that's what happened. So I'm really disappointed that we started the game as we did. But pleased with the way that they came back and scored the 2 tries to get back in that first half. But then again, disappointed that we conceded just before half time. So yeah, loads of lessons that we need to learn from that. But pleased with the effort and the application and the design, all that sort of stuff that we can control. But now just spoke to the guys in there. We just need to be a little bit better now with our execution and recognition of parts in the game where momentum's key. You know, we scored 2 tries and failed to claim the ball from the kick-off twice, which, you know, we'd identified that in that pre-game with Max needs kick-offs, that everybody needed to be aware and be on ball with that. So we gave the momentum back on that occasion, and then they go down to 12 men and tackle 2 in the first set that we have the ball. We give the ball back to them for an incorrect play of the ball. So it's just recognising these periods in the game where what we can control and we can impact, and hopefully we can do that sooner rather than later.
You mentioned there some of the restarts, and you've seen a few occasions where after you've done a good thing, be it score or force a knock on, you seem to compound that yourselves. Is that one of the most frustrating things today?
It is, yeah, because you can control that. You know, you can control your execution on the catch, on the trap of the ball, or just your concentration about where you are on the field at that particular time, and maybe anticipate that the ball might bounce a particular way. So yeah, it's frustrating. Momentum's an hard thing to get, and once you've got it, what you don't want to do is give it back to the opposition, and we did that too easily today, rather than making them earn that momentum back. So like I say, we need to learn the lessons from that and learn it very, very quickly.
There's clearly creativity in the East side, particularly close to Salford line. Hence, I don't think we had the ball too near their line much in that first half. But still got 2 tries. Is that something to at least sort of build on and be positive about?
It is, yeah, and that. Hopefully them connections and that fluidity in attack is going to get better the more that we play each other. You know, we've still got Paul McShane to come back in, and we'll be better when Macca's back in the team as well. And you know, there's still people like Alex Mellor who's been out, who's not played as yet, and 1 or 2 others that have not come back into the team as yet. So we're hoping that once we start getting through the season, and that's probably the best ground that we've played on in terms of the firmness of the ground, and I think with the players that we've got and the way that we want to play, the harder the ground is or the firmer the ground is, the better that we'll get. But obviously we need to score more points than the opposition, and one of the goals that we set ourselves at the start of the season really is a team goal. And if you concede less than 16 points, you're in a real good position to win a game, because we back ourselves to score 18 points in a game. You know, so that's a target that we need to hit more often than not. So if we concede less than 16 points in every game we play, we'll win more than we'll lose. You know, so we're pretty happy with what we've got in terms of ball in hand. But you know, it's about putting all them combinations and the parts of the game together.
You lost Danny Richardson in that first half. Was there a HIA?
Yeah, he's failed his HIA, so he'll be sat down for a minimum of 12 days, and then obviously depending on his return to play protocol, how he goes with that. There might be an outside chance that he can get the Huddersfield game, but I think that's 12 days from today, so let's touch and go with that one.
How much of a blow was that? He was obviously influential in that second try and then out to Jack.
Not particularly, to be fair. We've got Ron Mills on the bench, you know, so he just slotted straight into that half-back spot as well. So it didn't really impact a great deal on our game plan or our rotation at all. So you know, there's no. I don't think that injury had an impact on the game at all.
What did you make of Rowan when he came on?
I thought he was good. Yeah, he's a smart player as Rowan. I think he's just inching his way back in after that injury that he had. You know, so that he'll feel better for that 40-45 minutes that he had there, and hopefully next week he'll be better than he was this week, and can get better and better week on week. And I think that'll do his confidence a world of good. You know, I think he had a couple of strong carries that came at him as well, and his shoulder stood up. So I think that'll give him a little bit of confidence defensively.
And just finally from me, Sammy Kabul as well came onto the bench for Liam Watts. What did you make of his performance? Yeah,
Sammy was good. You know, he did what he needed to do. He came on there for that sort of shorter burst where just have a little bit of an impact. He's a bigger body. He's got some good footwork and he can play as well. And again, hopefully for Sammy, the more minutes he gets, the better he's going to be, and hopefully he can do it this season.
Craig, what's the issue with the interchanges? Did you lose an interchange?
Yeah, we lost an interchange. There were let's say a clerical error where the wrong name was put on the team sheet. You know, so we lost an interchange on the back of that, which again didn't really impact too much on his rotations at all. So we're not going to use that as an excuse. But for us, it's something that we need to make sure that doesn't happen again.
When that happened, you must think, God, here we go again.
Not particularly. No, I didn't tell any of the players about it, so none of the players know. So
Right.
first thing I'll know about it is when I guess if any of them see this. So there's no point moaning about it. Once it had happened. So you can't let it impact on how you are around the players. And I think they finished the game with an interchange still spare anyway. So it didn't really impact on us.
A week's a long time in rugby league. How do you look back on the last week between the Wigan game and now? A lot happening off the field.
Yeah.
What do you make of the wash-up of the whole thing?
I guess it's something that we're still working through, isn't it? I guess we'll find out from the incident on Friday, or the New Brown incident, whether anything happens on the back of that in terms of the difference in interpretations and whatnot. I'm just glad it's taken the focus away from Liam Watts a little bit now. I think that's maybe a little bit more controversial, that decision, than what Watts is. So maybe the focus has changed away from Watts. But I think it's something that fans, coaches, referees, officials are going to have to learn. And I guess by the letter of the law, the officials are applying the rule by the letter of the law. I guess it's whether we agree with what the letter of the law currently is, and that's maybe something that needs to be looked at.
Injuries?
Obviously Danny Richardson, a couple of your bumps and bruises. Jace Gallagher had his ankle strapped at half time. Charbel Tassipali, he seems to pick up a niggle every 10-15 minutes, so he's probably going to need a little bit of a polish and rub this week again. But other than that, I don't think there's anything too serious.
Cheers, guys. All good.
Sweet, cheers. Thank you.